Stein. Today I'd like to chat with you a little bit about kyphosis, hyper-kyphosis, and how to release the tension in the tight area around the upper bodies, particularly around the neck and shoulder area. So I will be demonstrating with two balls. I happen to have tennis balls to demonstrate this with, but I will discuss that in a moment. But I wanted to bring about the information about hyper-kyphosis. Hyper-kyphosis is when the upper back moves back in space, and there's a tendency for the chest to cave in just a little bit. Well, it depends on how much kyphosis you have. And the head likes to move forward in space, making this little area over here tight. And if the area is moving forward and the chest is moving back, because the upper back is moving back, the lower back is going to compensate and move forward because the body is trying to stay aligned. So I'm going to step back a little bit so that you can see my knees. If my head is moving forward, my upper back is moving back, my lower back is moving forward, that includes the pelvis, the knees tend to lock. This is where we feel comfortable, when our knees are locked. What if I were to tell you to separate your feet apart a little bit, not too much. Have your toes face forward, because there's a tendency sometimes for people to turn their toes out like this, which brings in more issues in the sacrum. But forget about that for now. Toes are facing forward. Soften your knees, slightly bend them, so that when you look in the mirror, your legs are straight. But if they're straight, they may feel like they're bent. So this is not a comfortable feeling to be like this. And how do you stay like that? It's, you have to start by loosening up your fascia. So I'm going to talk about the trapezius muscles. The trapezius muscles is the muscle that runs from behind the neck, out behind the shoulders and into the low back. So it's the shape of a stingray that gets tight. And the head, which is heavy, you got 10, 12 pounds, even more. It's moving forward, so this is trying to keep your head up. The trapezius muscles are working hard, tightening. So, I'm demonstrating with two tennis balls. They happen to be small because I don't have hyper-kyphosis. If I had hyper-kyphosis, I would make these balls larger. So you could look up balls for fascia. Fascia, balls for fascia, and they're usually bigger. There's different sizes, but you want a bigger one depending on how much kyphosis you actually have. I'm going to bring you down to the floor, and I'm going to demonstrate for you how you may look when you're on the floor on your back. So I'm on my back. Watch. I am going to rest my head on the floor. And you always want to have something underneath your head if you have hyper-kyphosis. I have more of a flat back, so I'm using a low blanket. So because I have more of a flat back, these tennis balls work fine. Feels good. I feel the weight of my body releasing down, and the balls are pushing up. So if you have hyper-kyphosis, you want a higher pillow or blanket, and that will explain why you would need a bigger ball, because the ball won't do anything. If you have the small ball, tennis ball won't do anything. So you need a bigger ball. So I'm here. So I recommend staying here for about at least 3 minutes. Just allow the weight of your body to release. Look at my hands. They're resting on top of my belly for now. You can't see it right now, but my feet are apart as wide as the mat. I'm going to scooch back a little bit so you can see me. Maybe you can see me a little better. My feet are apart and my knees are together. And that also releases some tension in the low back. Now I'm going to demonstrate with you how it looks like when my legs are straight. Boom, boom. When my legs are straight and you have hyper-kyphosis, that upper back pushes into the floor or into the bed, and the upper back arches. The lower back arches. It lifts up. So it's crunching your low back. So if you were to bend your knees, look what happened. My low back released a little bit. I separate my feet apart and I drop my knees in toward each other. This is for women, most comfortable. Feet apart a little bit, knees dropping in toward one another. For men, you could have your feet a little bit closer and your knees apart. That's a different story because of the size of the pelvis, the width of the pelvis. Okay, so my feet are apart. So this already feels a little better. But what would feel even better would be if I took a towel. I'm going to demonstrate with a face towel. Took a towel and I placed it underneath my low back. There you go, that's in my low back. And what that's doing is the muscles that are usually forward in space, because it's forward, it's arched, it's called lordotic when it moves forward in space, are releasing. And it just feels like, it's getting a little break, it's softening up, it's relaxing. Now I'm going to remove these 2 tennis balls, one here. Feels great. So my upper back feels great already. Now I'm going to take my arms and bring them down by my side and turn the palms to face up. I want to bring it pretty close towards my body, just a few inches away. So notice when my arms are like this, notice how the shoulders move forward. But when my arms are down like this, they open up. So we're opening up this side of the body. So we're releasing the tension in the shoulders. Again, the ears are aligning a little bit more with the shoulders. In time, that'll loosen up more and more, and then you could lower the pillow or the blanket a little bit more. You could use a smaller pillow or lower. Right now, you want your pillow high enough that your forehead is just a little higher than your chin. If it's too low, it crunches your neck and you look like this. If it's too high, you're flexing your neck and it looks like this. So you want it just the right size. If you have any questions, you could email us at info@mysacredspine.com. Now, you could find, just one more thing before I go. You could, when you go to sleep at night, on your bed, you could just take some pillows and place them underneath your thighs or your knees and relax them like that. Just a little bit of height will release the tension in your back. I mean, you could try it with a little towel underneath when you're asleep, when you're going to sleep. So ideally, we want to sleep on our back. I keep hearing, but I sleep on my side. Try sleeping on your back. It's probably not comfortable. If you sleep on your side, you're perpetuating the kyphosis. Okay, because your hour is on the side. Not to mention the wrinkles on the face, but that's a different story. So you're draping the legs over a pillow, and your arms are by your side, and you're relaxing. So you'll probably fall asleep this way if you get yourself comfortable, and then after a while, then you can toss and turn and do whatever. But get yourself slowly accustomed to being in this position. Let's say, one more thing, let's say your hands are lifted off the floor. You can't bring your hands down to the floor or to the bed. That happens. This is what you're going to do. You're going to fold a towel, a thick towel, and place it underneath your hands, on each hand, like this. Then you'll start to see and feel the difference. Now, I do have a course on hyper-kyphosis in the My Sacred Spine website if you'd like to go and take a look at it. And again, write to me. My name is Judy Rosquete, info@mysacredspine.com. Thank you for watching and good night.